T.B Joshua's sermons are very short in comparison to the ministry time that's taken. They're very simple. Child can understand them. They're not super complicated, and yet they're very powerful. And so it really showed me that, the sermons of Jesus were kind of similar. Like, they were not necessarily, 27 points, and they had this very clever twist of words that caused people to go, wow, that's deep, man, that's great. They were very simple teachings, but it's the power that was behind it that was powerful. That his teaching be different than the teaching of the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all other people, because he preached with authority. One of the things that impacted me personally is the radical generosity of T.B Joshua. The first trip we took there, we had about 11 people that went with us, 11 or 12 people. He refunded each one of our tickets, yes, and then gave each one of us about $300 to help us with our expenses. Now, that totally blew us off, because we came with clothes to bless Africa. He told us to take those clothes back and to take it because America is in greater need now than Africa. Like, that totally was a shock. When we arrived back home, I received a phone call from T.B Joshua, and he says, I'm gonna wire, I think it was $15,000 US. It was during Christmas time. And he says, I want you to find less fortunate people, and I want you to buy them gifts and buy them things that they need. And I want you to record everything so that, I could see that you guys didn't spend money on new rims or on your own vacation. Which was like, yeah, of course. It was honestly very shocking. Even ABC News picked up a story in Spokane where we bought different things for rehab centers, and it was from Africa. I know, this was crazy, huh? And people are like, what? This is, we usually, donate money there, and this time money's coming here. When we had a conference here with Wisemen Harry, this might shock you, okay? And a lot of people don't know about this, and that's why I'm exposing all of this, because some of you don't know, you hear critics or you hear this and that, but I want you to hear about this. When we had the conference, T.B Joshua flew about 20 people from Africa. The tickets are extremely expensive if you ever flew to Africa, okay? These people were here for at least 2 weeks, okay? Our church did not have enough money to rent the facility for the conference. So we were actually willing to take a loan and start using our own personal credit cards just to get that building. Now, we did not tell T.B Joshua we couldn't afford it. So he paid for the building, he paid for everybody's flights, and he did not allow us to take an offering first 2 days. He did not allow anything to be sold. And on the third day, when we picked up an offering, he said, make sure the offering is picked up after 7 hours service, and that offering went to Hungry Gen. And on the top of that, they brought a gift, a very generous gift, cash gift, to Hungry Gen to bless our ministry. They did not get anything from us. They did not want anything from us. Honestly, I've never seen that from anybody. Okay, you can say whatever you want to say about T.B Joshua, but that to me was a huge deal. Twice our team went to help Prophet T.B Joshua, one time in Mexico, one time in Colombia. Okay, sometimes one time we had 30 people that went. Everyone's ticket was paid for by him. We were willing to go on our own expense. He covered everybody's flight, he covered everybody's food, and then gave everybody a short little cash gift just to honor them. Okay, and that, I seen that up close. That's not, he didn't do that so he can be praised, because nobody knows about this stuff. Another time, I remember I was going from Nigeria to Tanzania to preach with my friend Roman Trachuk. He invited me to help him, and Roman covered my ticket to Tanzania. I went to T.B Joshua's church, and somebody spilled the beans and told him that I'm going to Tanzania to do a service. And so he tells me, are you going to Tanzania? I said, yes, sir, I'm going to Tanzania. He says, I want to connect you to one of my VIP partners there so that she can support you financially. And I said, no, sir, I don't need the finances. And then he gives me, I think it was $6,000 or $5,000, which I was like, sir, I have my ticket paid for. He says, I know. He says, but I just want to bless your ministry. And that really, honestly, first of all, I didn't need that money, so we gave that money away to other ministries and to other causes. But it really, that's what I saw up close, and it made me want to be that person. So a lot of stuff that you see on TV, giving to the homeless and giving to the poor, I'm going to tell you one thing about that man. He lived like that behind closed doors, and I was a recipient of that. It's one of the things that marked my life, that we started to give. It's not the only reason, but one of the reasons we started to give generously. Our savings, our cars. I think we up to 6 cars now that we've given away, me and my wife, because we were impacted by the extravagant generosity that has to go along with a life of supernatural.